Alright, so the theme for this deck is only Dark World cards. Except for two. I have a Foolish Burial and a Drag Down into the Grave, just because I didn't really have enough cards to kind of put it together. I needed more ways to discard, and Drag Down to the Grave was just a really, really good Dark World card to put in. Foolish Burial wasn't really all that needed, to be honest. I thought it'd be a really good way to get Graph in the graveyard. It was, but it's not really all that needed, since Snow can search it out and just throw them in the graveyard that way. So I use all the other Dark World cards. Dark World Dealings, Gates of Dark World, Gateway to Dark World, which isn't that great. Dark World Lightning as my way to destroy spell and trap cards, which isn't very good since it only targets set cards. And if the target leaves the field before it resolves, actually, you know what, if they just chain it, it doesn't really work. Destroy that target, then discard one card. You won't be able to discard with its effect. I think that's how it works. And Dark Deal. Dark Deal's fun. Too bad I never actually drew into it. If your opponent activates a normal spell card, you can pay 1,000 life points, and their effect becomes discard a card from your opponent's hand. And since their effect becomes that, you can activate the second effect of some of the Dark World monsters. I was actually able to get off the second effects of Gold and Snow. I think I got off Gold's second effect twice. Because for those of you who don't know, Dark Worlds, some of them have second effects, which activate if they're discarded from your hand by an opponent's card effect. Gold is to send 2 cards your opponent controls to the graveyard. Snow's is in addition to their... Well, they actually gain their first effect as well. They also just gain the second effect. Snow's, in addition to searching, you can also spell summon a monster from your opponent's graveyard. This card, your opponent returns exactly 2 cards from their hand to the bottom of their deck. And Dragon Lord, you can look at your opponent's hand, well, 1 card from their hand, and then special summon it to your side of the field. So, Dark World, this deck is actually pretty fun. I don't really play Dark Worlds very often because they're kind of terrible to play against. So I don't really like playing decks that I don't like playing against. But since it's a pure Dark World deck, it's not very good. And it was pretty fun. I should also mention the first duel you'll see. I did not read how Chicken Race worked very well, so it took me a little bit longer to win just because I didn't know you could just use Chicken Race to destroy itself. So yeah, for those of you who don't know, you can activate the effect of Chicken Race to just destroy itself in case your opponent locks you down. And you wait 5 turns and you do the duel on stream and people are yelling at you just to use Chicken Race to destroy itself, but you don't read it. And then you eventually destroy it anyway through other means and still win, but you could have won like 5 turns earlier.